So in the GFriend video Rough, there's a little sequence in there where Una is going across this bridge. Coming up right up here on my right, you can see a railing, a fence. And she pauses for a second and runs her fingers through the rungs of that fence. You may recognize this. And then once she gets up there, right at this fence right here, the camera turns and gets an angle looking down so that you can see the railroad passing under. So I'm literally standing right where she did that particular scene. And that scene with the fence was shot right at the north end of the Banpo Bridge. So it's going southward across the river into the southern half of Seoul on the other side. Just give you an idea of where we're at. So this was looking eastward towards Gangnam, where Psy did his famous video. And I'm going to take a little stroll across this bridge and show you another scene. Okay, so now I'm at the south end of the Banpo Bridge in Banpo Hanggang Park, and what we're looking at right here, this big disc that you can see in front of me, is actually a platform that's used for public performances, and it was used in the dance practice video for Happy by Cosmic Girls. As you may remember, it's in one of my previous videos as well. And there's the Seoul Tower, or North Seoul Tower as some call it, on the hillside behind. So I'm going to take a little jaunt down there, and maybe I'll even sing the song and dance on the platform. Alright, here we go. So if I were Cosmic Girls on this platform dancing and being happy, this is what I would be seeing in the background. I'm sure the place is probably lined with fans. I'm sure they really attract a crowd. So very cool to get an opportunity to stand right here where they were and see the city from this perspective. Well, after a lot of hiking up some steep grades, I've finally gotten to where I was trying to get to. This is Yangmaland. You'll recognize it from a lot of K-pop videos. Once I get up inside, I'll be able to show you which ones I mean. Okay, so there's the entrance to Yangmaland. Let me tell you, this was a heck of a climb. This is way up on a plateau. Doesn't look like it's open, but we'll find out shortly. Well, after that hard climb, here I am. I'm finally inside Yangmaland. I've been wanting to come here for a long, long time. There's a lot of good K-pop videos created right here in this little park, especially right here on this merry-go-round. This is where Twice made their debut. Also in the Only One video by A-Pink, they ended at this park on this exact same merry-go-round. And there were several others as well. Crayon Pop did their Pa 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 video here as well, not on their, well, I don't remember if the merry-go-round was in it or not, but we'll get to those little cars here in a second. The one that's most memorable for me is N-White. I don't know if you remember them, kind of a one-hit wonder. And they did part of their video on this merry-go-round as well. There you go. These horses right here, straight in front of us, are the exact horses that at least one member of N-White was on the particular horse right in front of me on this merry-go-round for their video. I'm in a different position now, so if I'm pan around, you'll be able to see some different things. And here we go. This is where Crayon Pop did Pa Pa Pa. I thought we were going to have this gentleman right here demo for us. It looked like he was about ready to do the choreography. Here we go. Let's see what he does. So I'm now in the Ihua Mural Village. As you can see, Seoul is very, very mountainous. The Mural Village is actually a little bit north and east of downtown Seoul. So downtown Seoul, the city center, is on the other side of the mountain that you see right there with the tower on it, which is the North Seoul Tower. This particular scene that we're looking at right here was in what the video by Sunny Hill. Tell you, I'm a little disoriented right now. This is quite a climb to get up here to this area. Anyway, I'm going to find a couple of murals that were in the Here I Am video by Sunny Hill, and I'll show this to you as soon as I track them down. Okay, so I found the stairs that Jubi is going down in the Here I Am video. Most of the murals worn off of the fronts of the steps. And of course the little mural of the little guy that was painted on the wall there is now long gone, but this is the exact spot. So I'm going to go up those steps and I'm going to give you a shot looking down like what she saw as she was descending the steps. Alright, so here's Jubi's view looking down the steps. That house that you see at the end of that's yellow now, I believe in the original video was white. But that is the house if you want to compare and see. Alright, so I've been looking all over the place for the mural of the angel wings on the wall that Jubi walks past in the video. And gee, I thought this in the last place I would have thought to look. If we turn around, it's attached to that yellow house that I was just talking about, or yellow business. So there it is. Okay, so at long last, I'm on the Kyunghee University campus, which is way up on the northeast corner of Seoul. I'm going up to see that church right there. You'll recognize it in just a moment when I get you up there. See you in just a minute. All right, so there's a little better view. Recognize this church yet? Up on the roof of that church is where A-Pink did their Only One video. One of the boy groups did a video from up there as well. But of course, being more of a girl group fan, that's the one I remember best. Let me go up and show you what that looks like a little closer up. That is one really, really high church. All right, I'm up there, but it looks like they're having a graduation or something. Not really sure if I'm even allowed to be up here at the moment. That's the church. Man, that's a big one. This church is so big, there is just no place that I can go and get the whole thing in the camera. It's just enormous. And it's really kind of up on a cliffside. So there's nowhere else I can go. I can't back up any further to get it. But anyway, right up there on that roof, right behind those towers, to the right of the tower, is of course where they were out on the roof dancing and singing Only One. Alright, so here I am standing at the 1988 Seoul Olympics complex. Going to give you a little look around here. It's the main stadium where they play soccer and had the opening events, closing events. This is the baseball stadium. I just attended a baseball game there last night. This Jamshi Stadium. The reason I'm at this particular complex is because this is where Psy did his video for Gangnam Style. So this complex is in the neighborhood known as Gangnam. And you might notice a lot of sports related stuff going on in that video. And that's because it's here at the Olympic Village. And so he had access to everything, equestrians and archery and track and baseball, you name it. So I'm going to take you up in a little bit further and show you some of the other sites. Well, I'm not sure how I did it, but I just kind of walked it under the stadium and got access to the soccer field somehow, or track and field, I should say. But I believe they're going to play a soccer game here today. It's interesting, they even have like practice track underneath the stands. I'm sure they utilize that for warm-ups during the Olympic Games. And then also over here, I think I'll just walk right on down and take a look in that gate because that's the inside of the main stadium. Oh, that was pretty cool. I just slipped right past security. They didn't even stop me. So anyway, I'm not going all the way in. I don't want to get in any trouble or anything, but that's the inside of the main stadium from the 1988 Olympics. That's where they had the opening and closing ceremonies. Very cool. Alright, so this is the Chumshi Gymnasium. Some of the side video was filmed inside of there. I do believe something may have been filmed out here as well. I'd have to go back and double check the video. And of course down under here is a little cafe. Pretty interactive place all in all. And this is all literally right next to the main stadium. Alright, let me show you exactly where I'm at. So this is the Olympic Village. And where I'm at right now is this park that's along the Han River. So I'm on the other side of the highway from the Olympic Village. As you can see, here's the river. And somewhere along this strip, and there's not enough indicators to tell me exactly where it would be, but somewhere right in this strip right here is where the section was shot in the Gangnam Style video, where there are some women, they have some towels down or something, and they're doing some calisthenics. That's somewhere right along the strip. And then in the background of that, you can see these buildings over here. And those buildings, the tallest one, because you can see throughout the Monster X video hero, you can see lower helipads. So it's going to be the tallest one of those four buildings. So one of those four, or I'm sorry, the tallest of those four is where Monster X did their hero video. Now there are some others over here with helipads, but it can't be those because see the bridge? They're on the other side of the bridge, and that would put them in the wrong position. If you see behind them as they're doing their video, you can see this bridge to the right, and you can see the main stadium of the Olympics, the Olympic Village across the river. So there's two more sites for you, Monster X and Psy. All right, so this next guy's going to get a little bit sloppy on me. This looks like a big noodle. And what it actually is it's fish cake. So it's like a white fish that's pulverized. A little something else blended in it. I would suspect maybe flour or something to thicken it. And a little bit of veggie in there. You'd have to see it. I don't see anybody who's gotten any around me. Looks like they've pre-made them all before they came. But anyway, there's some people can do some pretty neat, elaborate stuff with these different sizes and shapes and different ingredients added. Some of them in a stick, some of them in a ball, some of them in this big pancake-looking thing that's crinkled up on a stick. And so basically, they let it sit in a broth in a fish soup, and then afterwards you dab a little bit of brush on a little bit of soy sauce, and this is what you end up with. Let's give this a try. Not a real strong flavor. It's really very good, very savory. Got a little bit of zing to it. Maybe they put a little bit of their hot pepper sauce in the sauce. But very good. Not fishy at all. Not what you would expect. All right, folks, so here I am in a suburb of Busan. So now I've gone all the way down to the southwest corner of the country of South Korea, the city of Busan. This is a suburb that is Hyundai. This is the suburb famous for the birthplace of Jung Eun-ji of A-Pink, as well as many others. You can check out my video on called Real Busan Girls for a more complete list, although not quite up to date. And the reason I'm here is I wanted to show you something down here. So right behind these trees is the famous Hyundai Beach, but that's not what I'm here for. The reason I'm down here in Hyundai is basically to show you this. This is a small park right off to the west end of Hyundai Beach. And right here in this concrete section, in this landing, glistening just like it is right now because it was raining in the video as well. This is where the group Lime Soda did the remake of Jessie J's song Flashlight. You can see all of these buildings in the background as they're singing. So they're right here using a little more wide angle lens than I've got available. These buildings light up really beautifully at night. So this is it. This is where it was. So there's a little bay right here. It comes in, and right behind me is some woodland, a park, and then a big hotel, and beyond that is Hyundai Beach. Now let me show you something else. If I can get zoomed in over there. Okay, here we go. So I've moved to another vantage point to show you this big long bridge. If you can see it, it's kind of hard to see, very, very poor visibility because it's raining. But that big long bridge right there comes out of the west coast of the bay where downtown Busan is, and makes a big 90-degree L turn right about here and goes up into the north, connecting to the shoreline just to the west of Hyundai where I'm at now. So this bridge is the bridge where A-Pink is driving over the bridge in the video for Remember. If you remember that, they had an open top car, kind of an aerial view looking down at them, and that's the bridge they're coming across. Again, here's the area where Lime Soda did their video. And if you look just beyond that, right at the foot of it, there's the bridge.